Hi, I'm Olena Pavlenko. I'm a president of Dixie Group, and this is Leonardo Meeus, the director of Florence School of Regulation. And Dixie Group and Florence School of Regulation is having a conference at the Ukraine Recovery Conference devoted to the Ukraine's perspective within the Green Industrial Deal of the EU and how Ukraine can help the EU with its implementation of a Green Deal, and also how EU can help Ukraine with this. Leonardo, if I may start asking the question, why do you think such discussion as we have today are important for Ukraine and the EU? What can it bring for stakeholders and what impact it might have?
So I think we are really convinced that the EU membership of Ukraine is an opportunity for Europe to improve the industrial competitiveness of Europe. And I hope that everyone in the room will be convinced as well, because I'm very happy with the number of leaders from both the private and the public sector we together have been able to mobilize here. And I guess what we want to achieve is to not only share that idea, but make it a bit more concrete, right? How would that really work to have Ukraine contribute to industrial competitiveness of Europe? And what are concrete actions going forward, right? And in the opening, I think we both have a few quotes. I will start by quoting Cicero, because he was saying, you know, words are more powerful than force. And I guess that's why we have a conference based on dialogue, right?
And I will quote Draghi.
Exactly. And so through dialogue, I guess we will make a first step towards building some consensus and strengthening cooperation. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Thank you. Do you believe Ukraine can deal with its climate goals and with clean transformation despite the war? Do you think we can actually move fast enough to become the EU member and meet all the EU climate goals, policies, everything? And maybe if you have any ideas, recommendations right now, how we can be successful?
Well, first of all, I have to say I admire Ukrainians, because war for us is something very abstract that we hear from our grandparents, while for you it's very concrete. And I think if you want at least to put it a bit positive, because it's terrible, war, you can say that Ukrainians have innovated out of necessity, right? Under extraordinary pressure. So if there is something good to come out of this, it's really that Ukraine, by reconstructing, can leapfrog and become a front runner. And I really believe you will be able to do that in some areas like energy. Because if we think about it, the energy sector, you know, we were also still dependent on importing fossil fuels, and we don't want to do that anymore because this has been weaponized against us. So we want to be green, and not only to be green, right? We believe that being a bit more green in the energy sector is also to be more secure. And as part of that security is also your integration into the rest of Europe. So yeah, let's just make that happen.
Let's just make this happen. Thank you so much.